I am doing my video in the living room, which is kind of weird for me. I don't typically do my video. Well, sometimes I do my video in the living room, but most of the time I'm in the room. Um, I'm here to do my video because I want to talk about a couple of things. First, I want to say I'm excited because even though things are really tight right now, we were at the store picking up something for dinner, and my husband let me get something that I was like excited about. Um, This is so silly. I know it's. Are you talking to me? Yeah, it's just I know it is silly, but still, I got a new water bottle. I know it's silly, right? But I got a new water bottle and it has owls all over it. Like it's so cool. I love it. Um, I love owls. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but owls are my favorite animal. Um, to be fair, I have like three animals I really like. I like owls, I like penguins, and I like elephants. Yeah. But I love owls because um, I love, they're so pretty. And I also love whenever I get something owl related, it's always just so colorful. Like, look at them, they're all so pretty. Actually, the first water bottle that I picked up were elephants, and the elephants were really cute. It was like pink, and the like you see at the top is like green inside, and that was pink, and there were like elephants all over it. But then I saw this and I was like, this is way cooler. So I got the owls. But I love anything that has like tribal elephants on it or owls. I think they're really cool. Not so much penguin stuff, but I do love penguins. I think they're really cute. But anyway, I wanted to show that because I was pretty excited because my husband let me get that. Um, but I'm currently cooking dinner, and we're having burgers and fries and cream soda. So I found that today, while out getting things for dinner, I was a bit flustered and I found myself bothered. And I think what happened was I don't like being put on the spot when it comes to making a decision. And, when it comes to food, that's my area. So I'm always expected to decide like what we're gonna have, how we're gonna stretch it, all that kind of stuff. And when we were at the store, we were on a super tight budget, and it's like, okay, we need to get something that's gonna last us 4 days. Um, and it was hard because, with Kari's girlfriend here and everything, I don't feel like I have to make sure there's something for everybody, but I kind of want to if I can help it. And I was trying to think of ways I like, what can I get that'll stretch? What can I get that everyone can have? And just all that. Now, of course, they always get their own groceries because there's certain things that they like to have, or a lot of times they'll get something that they want me to cook for them, which I don't mind doing. But when they get stuff, it's not like, hey, we got stuff for everybody, it's stuff for them, as it should be. But when I go shopping, I always feel the need to get something for everybody because I feel selfish if I don't, or I feel like I'm not a good provider if I don't. And that's something that I struggle with. And, I was kind of frustrated in the store and I didn't really know why. I just knew I was frustrated and irritated. And at the end of the shopping trip, well, the first store, I ended up like laying on my husband's chest while we were waiting. Well, not like laying down, but, just kind of went and put my head on his chest while we were waiting for them to finish their shopping. And then my husband just started talking, and I was like, wow, that is how I feel. And he said, you don't like being put on the spot, do you? I'm like, no. And he's like, you don't like, what did you say? You said, you don't like having to make decisions for everybody and it's hard and this and that. And it's just like, wow, that is how I feel. And it just really made me realize that I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, I happily do my job, but also it can be hard when you're under pressure. It can be hard when you have limited resources. It can be frustrating when you want to make sure everyone has what they need and you realize you probably can't do it all. And I didn't know how to process those emotions. And it's something that my husband deals with a lot. His area is different, of course, but he deals with that kind of thing every day. And I think that I deal with that almost every day as well, but it's different. But I think that most of the time I put the pressure on myself and it's not so much pressure coming from anyone else. But when I do find myself in a situation where I'm not very organized, or I'm thinking like everyone's looking at me like, what are we going to eat? I'm like, and it just gets really frustrating because I want to make everyone happy. I want to make sure everyone has what they need. But, I don't, I can't always do it all. I can only do so much. It's funny, my husband did a video the other day, and I'm not trying to copy him at all, but he did a video the other day talking about how he has a hard time doing things for himself. And that is something that he has struggled with. And I've told him time and time again, do stuff for yourself, get stuff for yourself. Um, and he's getting better with it. But I also knew that he had to come to that realization on his own. And me just telling him do this, he's just going to say, oh no, I'm fine. But he's getting there, and I'm glad he is. And I think that I deal with that, but it's different. For me, it's more so I think I get the things that I need and the things that I want, for the most part. But I have two issues. One, when I do get something for myself, I feel extremely guilty about it to the point where I can't even enjoy having it. And that's bad. I shouldn't feel guilty about getting something for myself. For instance, example would be like a few weeks ago, I was at the store with my mother, and I decided, man, I really want some hummus. I really want some hummus and carrots. Like that just sounded like so good. And so I got a bag of carrots, and I got a thing of hummus. And I was like, oh man, I can't get myself hummus and not get everyone else hummus, because in a way I was being selfish because I wanted that hummus to myself, because I knew that I wanted to have hummus for the week. So I wanted to be able to have a little bit of hummus every day for a week if I wanted to, and eat it at my own pace and not worry about, oh, if I don't get hummus today, there might not be any tomorrow. So I wanted to get my own thing of hummus. But I didn't feel like I was allowed to do that, not without getting hummus for everyone. Now, my husband doesn't eat hummus, but I know Sam and Kari like hummus. So instantly I got another big thing of hummus for them. And my mom was like, you don't have to do that. I'm not saying that you can't get them something, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to feel like you can't get something for yourself alone and not feel like you have to get it for everyone. And I remember being on the phone with my husband, and I was dealing with it so bad. And I'm like, what do I do? And he's like, just get yourself some hummus. It's fine. But I had a hard time doing that because I don't want to seem selfish. I don't want to, I just felt bad doing that. Another issue that I have is if there is something that I want, or if there's something I feel like I need, sometimes I don't feel like I can go to my husband and ask. Not that I feel like I necessarily can't go to him and ask, but I don't want to make his job harder. I don't want to put more on his plate. And he's looking at me weird right now. And I know that that is also something that he doesn't like, and it's something that I shouldn't do. I should always go to my husband and tell him the things that I need, or even the things that I want. But I don't like putting that pressure on him. I did that today. We were at the store, and granted, we were at the dollar store, mind you. That's where I got the water bottle from. And I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, I want this. And I wanted it so bad. I wanted to take that home. But I had convinced myself we don't have the means, and we just can't. But then I decided to ask because, excuse me, because worst case, he'll say, no, we can't do it, babe. So I asked, and he just said, if that's what you want, get it. We'll make it work. And even though he said that, even though he pretty much said, yes, get it, in the back of my mind, I'm like, but if I get it, that's selfish. We can use that money for something else. I'm getting something for myself, but what about everyone else? And while my husband deals with not getting things for himself, not doing things for himself, or even realizing that there are things that he may want to do for himself, I deal with the guilt of doing things for myself. And I don't, a part of me feels like that'll never change. I know it should change, especially if we're trying to have babies and stuff. Like, I know that, as a parent, there are going to be times where you're going to have to share most of yourself. That's just how it is. And that's pretty much where I am now. Like, I have things that are for me, like my water bottle is pretty much for me. That's going to stay in the room with me, stuff like that. My shea butter, nobody else uses shea butter except for me, things like that, my coconut oil. But like other things, like kitchen things or household things, they're sometimes it gets used. Like the other day, I got a cleansing conditioner for my hair, and I got it like it was like a really good sale. Like I think it was like originally $10 or something, and I got it for like $2. And I was like, oh, cool, I really like it. I really want to try it, and I got it and I used it, and it was really nice, and I really liked it. And I only used it once, and I only used a few pumps. And the other day, I went to the bathroom. I was cleaning the bathroom and I saw that a lot of the conditioner was gone. I'm like, no, because I knew that I wouldn't have the means to go and get more anytime soon. But also, it's like, well, somebody washed their hair. I can't be upset by that. But also, it's like, because that's a weird thing for me too. Like, I know the amount that I need for certain washes or certain things when I'm using things. And sometimes other people may use more than they actually need to. Like that saying, like, little goes a long way. It's like one of those things. But it's like, I have to account for those kind of things. Like, somebody used it, somebody used more. It was probably Kari. He has thick dreads. So he probably used it and used a lot. Maybe he didn't need as much. Maybe he did need more. I don't know. But somebody else needed it. So I can't be upset by that. But then I'll worry about, like, oh, what's going to happen when I don't have it? And I can't ask my husband because we don't have the means. And it's like, I need to worry about then when that comes and not worry about it right now. Um, and I think that mentality comes from when I was younger, like living with people or having people live with us, things going missing or not having what I needed. So now I feel the need to hold on to every little thing or buy things in bulk because I'm scared of not having that available to me. And I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. And I realize it's something that I need to work on. So I'm going to work on that. So baby steps, I've been trying not to get so stressed out about things, but I am guilty of getting stressed out sometimes. But I do think I'm making progress as I'm not dwelling on things as much anymore and I'm dealing with it immediately if I can help it. But I do want to get to the point where I'm just not stressing out about things at all. And I wouldn't even say it's necessarily stress, it's just getting flustered. I allow myself to get very flustered a lot, and I need to stop that. So baby steps, but steps needs to be taken. And baby steps are good, but I think I can, maybe slightly larger steps, so that's where I am. That's what I'm working on. If I need something, I should be able to ask my husband. I should be able to go to my husband. If I do something for myself, if there is something I want or something I need to not feel guilty for asking for it. I need to not feel guilty for having that thing. Um, if my husband says yes and he's made a decision, it's wrong of me to dwell on, oh, but what if I didn't do that? Me getting this water bottle is not gonna get us evicted, but I go to the extreme, like, oh, but what if there was something else? What if this? What if that? And it's like, just relax. It's okay. And I, while my husband needs to do more for himself, I need to stop feeling guilty for doing things for myself or feel guilty for going to my husband about things. I'll even feel guilty about going to him and saying, hey, honey, we need more tissue in the house. Why would I feel guilty about that if that's something we need? I don't want to make his job harder, but he expects me to come to him about these things.
Come to me for the beats.
Yeah, come to you for the beats. So, slightly bigger steps.